particularly because harvest is about that. Harvest is about prayer, and it must also then be about intervention to make those prayers real, to make those prayers come true. Now, you know there's a big debate in the House of Commons at the moment, and it's not about the Irish language. It's about school meals. And I'm not going to get into the criticism of either party. Different political parties. I admit, I hold my hand up, I am actually a member of the British Labour Party. So I mention my prejudice and my political alliance allegiance. However, different parties approach different issues in a different way. And I may thoroughly disagree with it. But the thing that strikes me about this is a good friend of mine, Vernon Croker. Vernon is MP, Labour MP from Nottingham. And Vernon, I got to know Vernon because some time ago he was the shadow Secretary of State for Northern Ireland. And as decent a man you will not find, a really good man. And Vernon, on his Facebook page, he clearly says, I want nobody using any bad language about any of my political opponents. I don't indulge in that. And he said, if you really want to solve the problem about children going hungry during school breaks, where there isn't school meals, then make it happen locally. Make it happen locally. And I want to mention organisations here that made it happen locally. We can all do that. I know many people from this church have contributed to local programs to make sure nobody in their neighbourhood goes hungry. And Vernon particularly mentioned in Nottingham, he mentioned some of the trade unions, the churches, sports clubs, football clubs, golf societies, tennis clubs, rugby clubs, all coming at it to make sure that there is enough food, you can be pretty sure in Nottingham, to feed everybody. There's more than 3 fish and 5 loaves in Nottingham. And Vernon is right. We can't always be looking to central government. If central government doesn't do certain things, then we at Harvest can commit ourselves to know that locally we will make sure that happens. And of course, the other person who we should all be very proud of is young Marcus Rushford, the footballer from Man United, who in the Queen's Birthday Honours received an MBE for his creative and imaginative work that he's been doing, helping feeding children that may go short. And Marcus said on television yesterday, he was so overwhelmed by the response of ordinary folk, businesses, organisations. He was so overwhelmed that he wept, and he said he never felt as proud to be British as he does now, because of the amount of people who have come forward to support him in his campaign. Isn't that a fantastic message at Harvard? Give Marcus a round of applause. They're the people that show us the way, that when things can't go right at a higher level, at local level, we can make things really happen. And particularly, harvest time is when we should commit ourselves to say, yes, we'll decorate our church. Yes, we'll sing harvest hymns. Yes, we'll celebrate the harvest. But we will make sure nobody goes hungry in our communities. Amen.